Such quietude is a blessing.
Over here, if you would.
Another day of work awaits.
I don't know what to do.
Have you a different destination in mind, Master? Very well. I shall follow your lead instead.
It is not for us to gainsay the Arisen's judgment. We must go where we are bid.
Arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate. That some salvation.
How do I wind up here anyhow? Something
Got to
fun
sell
to
off what I
do.
can while
Costs
I'm
too much more of myself.
I don't like it here.
Arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
My head hurts just thinking about it.
You! Such quietude is a blessing. I'm in fine prep today. I know that lass. Interested in my wares?
This is not my intent.
I'm about to have my fill of this place.
Quite the predicament.
I'd sooner stay out of battle, where it possible.
Let me get that.
Quiet at last.
We shall await you here,
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
To be said, peace
A fine place to sit and gather one's senses. Flatter, I can truly feel at ease.
While we wait for the new equipment to come in.
Quite the predicament.
It's too early for dinner. Hubris is bad to us then.
'Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards spy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
Such quietude is a blessing.
All I need's my health, I suppose.
Tis our duty to see this peace protected.
such peace reigned eternal.
Can't wait for the new equipment to come in.
Mayhap I really would have been better off a baker.
Whoever's my replacement's in for a boot up the arse. Preparation is key. I up my training regime.
Boots to train, arms to procure. No time for sleep.
Whoever's my replacement's in for a boot up the arse.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. 'Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray forgive me for not telling you sooner. 'Twas never my intent to deceive you. I'd simply feared that if I spoke the truth, none would wish to involve themselves with me. But that is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are allied in purpose. My word, you mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the sovereign currently residing in the palace is a pretender? Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers. Have you seen him?
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer to her grace.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. You ought leave the palace at once. This room turned up little of interest, but I've a mind to look into this further. I shall send word to Captain Brandt if I discover aught you should know. I'll head out first and speak with the Sentinels. Use that opportunity to make good your escape.
Sven, where have you been, Your Grace?
Forgive me. I couldn't sleep. I thought a stroll might clear my head.
Will the informers when you leave your chambers? If aught were to happen to you.
So tired. I've barely the vim to tie my boots.
Would that all my days were so tranquil. Waiting on its joy to flutter while the sun's high.
I could see myself having a kip. Whereabouts?
I should very much like to rejoin you, Master.
I've more time than I know how to spend. Would that all my days. Sooner
I not risked my life for a
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you a moment to speak?
Fight well now, else there is no tomorrow!
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter, and from Batal no less. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Deeza's schemes run deep. To think, Deeza's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Deeza is the doting mother before the Regent King. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Deeza's focus, we may be able to gain more useful information. You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I am able to offer, I bid you, take this.
What could the Queen Regent be plotting?
I'm not sure what we're dealing with here.
Queen Regent Deeza appears to be working in concert with this Phases fellow. But what precisely is their aim?
Mayhap the one we're here to meet intends to arrive at a different time of day?
I'm not sure we're making any progress here. We might want to remind ourselves of the particulars of our task.
Predicament.
Would that all my days were so tranquil.
Those new recruits could barely lift their swords.
It seems we must part ways for the time being.
flame like this. That's why I wear it. Must hold out till someone comes. Thought we'd pull everything here.
So, you've come. Captain Brant bade me allow you passage.
First, assess the field, then act accordingly.
Everyone's as tired as I am, seems like.
Have you come to release me from this jail? Who are you? Aha! Then we are presented with three options. Either the law of our world that allows only one arisen has been upended, or Deeza's arisen is false, or you are lying to me. Have you proof that you are arisen, as you say? Ah, they say the arisen's breast bears a wound akin to the dragon's claw. By that mark, 'twould seem 'tis true. This reminds me of a happening 148 years ago. During the reign of Regent Alphonse, a man named Crusoe appeared and claimed to be arisen. He went before the people, insisting that he, and not Regent Alphonse, was the true arisen, the one fit to lead them as their ruler. And what befell him, you ask? Ha! Crusoe was discovered to be a liar, whereupon his head was liberated from his shoulders on the spot. Aye, I dare say your arrival portends another beheading, but whose will it be, Escape? But why? Here, I spend my days perusing the code and deciphering old texts. I can devote all my time to my own interests. And I need not turn my ear to Deeza's absurd demands. 'Tis a paradise to me, this cell. That said, if you know of a place with a mountain of tomes I could delve into, I might rethink the matter. Tell me, does that ring any bells? I suspected as much. Then we are done here. Leave me be.
There's no easy thing, making a living as a soldier.
So this is where you were, Master. I searched high and low for you.
Do take care not to stray so far next time.
Alms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Barely drag my arse out of bed.
Can't bring myself to do much.
If I hang about, someone will want to.
Living's hard, but dreams are free,
heading
I
home.
say.
All this worrying is giving me a icky back.
Lots to do. Precious little day of rest.
Got to face it.
Whatever am I to
No one's
do?
going to harvest this.
Since I wouldn't be here.
Alms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
I don't know what to do.
You!
Reckon I'd spend my life here if I...
Any chance to be alone is a welcome.
All the best tales come from travelers in the inn.
A lonely place, but not without its charms.
What a racket.
Nothing wrong with finishing for survivor.
I walk time than I know how to spend.
I'd sooner stay out of that, where it possible.
I'm sure I can handle this.
Living's hard, but dreams are free.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
Lecturing all day is tiring work.
Wonder what's going on in town.
Our soldiers need better training. I find any turncoats.
This looks as good a place as any.
Somehow my feet
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are a place with books likely to entice Magistrate Waldo, you say? Kendrick of the Gracious Hand is versed in many things. Perchance he knows of such a place?
Come to see, really.
Whatever's to be done.
I'll need to replenish my stock before long.
Rome all goes awry.
Shall we get some rest then?
Up we get. We can expect a busy night.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
A new day, a new perspective.
Sprinkle of misfortune can make a
Always a fresh breeze. This place is awful dull. Can't complain, mind.
Right, door's locked. That should do it.
I don't know what to do. What should I do?
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those. Less fortunate some salvation.
I see which way the wind's blowing.
'Tis my duty to devote my life to prayer and search.
'Tis my duty to devote my life to
My
prayer.
prayers will surely be rewarded in the hereafter.
Let me get that.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
I've made my bed. Now to lie in it. Maybe I'll keep right here. It's been a hard day.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
If I stay here, I'm in for a fight.
Anything's better than this.
Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortune smile upon you, kind sir. Was I lacking in devotion?
I need not strive to know your name. This place gives me an
Prayer alone cannot win us this battle.
If our prayers are not heeded, what hope have we?
I have my ought to be getting home.
I don't know what to do.
I must be vigilant. The townspeople depend on me.
If I could, I'd never leave.
Seems I've caught someone's eye.
Where to
I can't get some.
Shall we seek out the young...
Hoi, friend! Have there any time for me today? I dare say we're overdue another talk. There's something I've come to understand during my stolen hours exploring these streets, and I wanted to share it with you. Every last resident in this city is wholeheartedly devoted to living out their lives, for it made me painfully aware. I want to live a life I can proudly call my... I tire of enduring my mother's looking at this box. It fills me with... 'Tis proof that I am not my mother's servant to be willed about as she pleases. 'Tis something I obtained of my own will. Here is the last of the gold I owe you. Pray forgive me for making you wait for it. Now, I'd best be off. I may not be able to wander the city again for some time. There's aught I would do. Thus, I cannot say when next we'll see each other, though I feel sure we shall in time. Perhaps sooner than we might think. Till then, take care, friend.
That was quite a gift. I hope that procuring it was not served in the contest.
True enough.
Oh, you there. Your presence is requested at the tavern this evening. Who's the one requesting? I didn't ask. 'Tis none of my concern. The fellow said aught about the usual place.
Gather round! Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale ever now, listen close, as today
It appears night has fallen while we slept.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
Ready to forge on? Might you consider lightening your pack, Master?
Perhaps 'tis time we returned to our base of operations and deposited some of our finds.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, Your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies in the palace. From the pains he took to remain on scene, 'tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from prying eyes. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. What say you, Your Majesty? Are you willing to undertake this task? I shall ensure that the door to the Minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn. Pray, use that time to infiltrate and uncover aught worthy of suspicion.
We've been entrusted with a task. Let us approach it with all due care.
Shall we make for Vernworth Palace?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. A place with books likely to entice Magistrate Waldo, you say? Naught springs to mind, I'm afraid. Kendrick of the Gracious Hand is versed in many things. Perchance he knows of such a place? Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? For some time now, 'twas said that the false sovereign was recovering from his battle wounds. But as I hear it, he is now well enough to walk unaided. And so, in honor of his supposed valor, they have been holding masquerade in the palace of late. The false sovereign's identity is still beyond our ken. Even the matter of from where he hails remains a mystery. But mayhap approaching the false sovereign at one of these gatherings could afford you a glimpse into the man behind the mask. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? My thanks. Some of the sentries posted at the masquerades are under my command. Once your infiltration is successful, you will need only don a mask and act the part of an invitee. Here, this should suffice to help you blend in. Take care, Your Majesty. Ah, there is one other thing. Masquerades being as they are, you will require suitable raiment. Much is made of appearances at such gatherings, and 'twould be wisest to dress the part when joining the other revelers. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. While examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds, I made a curious discovery. For some time now, it seems, she has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crown flower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be Arisen, appeared on the scene. This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are passing into the hands of Arthur himself. Yet 'tis strange, for sweet crown flowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermont. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that your Majesty venture to Vermont's eastern edge and probe into this young man's origins. I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to unraveling Deeza's scheme and securing your enthronement.
Would that all my days were so
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow.
I trust we've all inspected our equipment.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
Ready to forge on?
Is it too much to hope for a helping hand?
Slow and steady gets plenty of gossip to be had here on
Lots to do. Precious little time can be troublesome. Best be on my guard.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Fewer monsters are to be found on the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Sweep and dust before a thing to suffer.
Cannot seem to.
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace discussing a curious rumor.
Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
Indeed. Some suppose there is more to her relationship with this Batali dignitary than is publicly known. I'll gather this. It might be of use.
I'll go and open the chest.
In another world, I learned that a forgotten rift stone lies nearby. Shall I escort you there, Master?
earn my spite.
A common reward, frustratingly so. We could...
Not expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
In relation to that, the pawns here are all men, I notice.
Tis surely a coincidence. Don't make such a fuss.
How could I have forestalled this? But not at the expense of my...
Is that a statue I espy over yonder?
We ought to take a closer look.
My talents lie in combining materials, and I'll use those in my possession to craft things for you in my spare time.
"'Twas a fine journey we shared. Wherever your travels take you, I pray you go in health.
Shall we discuss tactics now or later?
There is a rumor whispered among pawns that I've oft pondered. The gist of it is, when pawns travel beyond the rift, we can contract a peculiar illness that imperils the lives of those around us. At first, we are only restless and excitable. But in time, we become so unruly that even the Arisen holds no sway over us.
How terrible. We shall have to be alert for signs of the sickness among our number. I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look.
There, Master! Saurians! I grant you roaring flame.
Victory are myriad.
Now that is a success.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
I can't imagine we're in need of a campsite just now.
I've got it pinned! It will have a hard time spitting its fell fluid at us now!
Our master has given us an order. Surely you do not intend to disobey?
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each...
I learned of a forgotten riftstone in this area during my time beyond the rift. I used to Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I... shall guide you another time.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow.
You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find.
I'm gonna introduce. I'm gonna introduce.
You got it? Looks better on me.
No dawdling.
By your leave.
Lost your nerve!
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Let me get that.
Cut that out, will ye?
Use these flames to smite our enemies.
But fast and true, and our glory shall fall!
Worthy of caution. Are you all right? Broken section. Are a hindrance, but I believe we can reach our goal all the same. Is that a statue I espy over yonder?
We ought to take a closer look.
I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location?
Hold fast, Arisen! I will be with you in but a moment. grab. We might find a use for it.